Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. We're back here at Team Toyota of Princeton to take our final look at the Toyota Venza. As you all know, the Venza is being discontinued after the 2024 model year and being replaced in 2025 with the Toyota Crown Signia SUV. So for this final look, I decided to try to grab the least expensive Venza in stock here at Team Toyota, to try to see if we can bring some value into this LE trim and make it a more affordable hybrid SUV option for folks that are looking for this type of vehicle. So what we got here is a 24 Venza. This is the LE. It has electronically controlled all-wheel drive. The color here is coastal gray metallic. We got a dark gray cloth interior, but there are some interior features that I think for an LE trim are bringing quite a bit of value. So we're going to go through this and you let me know if you think I'm right or maybe you think I'm all wet. But let's try to find out and let's dig in. Front end of our Venza, we do have that coastal gray metallic against the flat black on the front grille. We do have all LED lighting up front, which I do like. We do have fake side air curtains, which I think they could have just smoothed out. And those plugs in the bottom of the grille, that's where you would see your fog lamps and if you went with an upper level trim Venza. Well, let me know what you think. I think the front end looks pretty good. I like the way that chrome swoops down in and around the upper part of the grille where the hybrid Toyota badge is. But as we come down and around to our wheel and tire setup on this Venza, what we're looking at here is an 18-inch machined aluminum alloy wheel, Toyota badge on the center cap, standard breaker rotor package. Now, these wheels are wrapped in Dunlop Grand Trek all-season tires, 225 on the width, a big 60 series sidewall 18s, all four corners, electronically controlled, all-wheel drive, and that's how all Venzas come. Full side profile. I do like this coastal gray metallic. I think it's a good color. We do have some chrome around the doors and the windows, so let me know what you feel about that. But overall, it's not a bad looking SUV. Let me know your thoughts on it though. When we come on in closer, we're going to go with a color match up top, and then we're going to go flat black on the bottom of the side view mirror with LED turn signals, and then we're going to have color match front and rear door handles. Up top, we're going to have a color matched roof, shark fin antenna, no sunroof. The rear end of our Venza, we do have the roof spoiler coming off the top. We do have the wiper down below on the glass. We have a full LED spread of lighting on the back of the Venza LE as well with a functional dual exhaust. But I think I would like to see those turn signals up top and not so low. If someone with a big vehicle parks in behind you, they're not going to be able to see which way you're going. But overall, they got all the LED for safety. They got the Toyota badge looking good in the back. And they got the functional dual exhaust, so it looks pretty good on the back. We are under the hood of this Venza LE, and what do we have for a power plant? We have Toyota's 2.5 liter inline 4-cylinder hybrid engine mated to an electronically controlled CVT transmission, 219 net horsepower, 163 pound-feet of torque, MPGs 40 in the city, 37 on the highway, 39 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. Before we get into the interior on this Venza, you're going to want to know, Mike, well, how much? Well, like I said, this is the least expensive Venza that Team Toyota has on the lot right now. So the base price for the 24 Venza LE is $35,070. Now this vehicle only has a couple of options. That's the all-weather floor mats, the door edge guards, and the owner's portfolio. So everything else I'm going to show you in here is standard equipment on a Venza LE. But once we add in those options and then add in a destination and delivery fee of $1,395 from Toyota's Aichi Japan assembly plant, we have a total MSRP from the factory of $36,940. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the driver door panel, we'll move on in, and what we're starting with up top is some Softex type material in dark gray with the light gray cross stitch, nice and soft up here, feels really good. Chrome door handle, Nice soft armrest. We do have some gloss black in and around here, but you're probably not going to touch that. Flat black on the switch gear, and our first bit of value on a base LE trim is we have power fold side view mirrors, which I really like on a base trim. So I think that brings some nice value, and a lot of people like those. And a really nice large door pocket here in this Venza. Now as we switch over to our foot box, we got a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. As we swing on out, we have full power seat for the driver with power lumbar, manual assist for the front passenger, and then here is the dark gray cloth interior with the light gray cross stitch. Not bad, feels pretty good, looks pretty good, especially with this coastal gray exterior. Let me know. Passenger door panel, same as the driver, no changes. Up top, we're going to have some hard plastic up here, but then go with some more soft touch material here with the light gray stitching. And then down below, we have a nice large glove box. Infotainment system time, we have Toyota's newest multimedia system. This is the 8-inch basic, smallest screen that they offer, but we do have wireless CarPlay, Android Auto. We do have built-in nav, but unfortunately that comes with a subscription. So I assume most people are going to use their phones for their maps and nav, but you have your music, and I'm going to enable the audio right now. And there you have it. You got your Sirius XM as well as your other AM FM radio stations. So that's a good deal. You can Bluetooth your phone. You have your vehicle settings. Since this is a hybrid, you got your energy flow diagram right there. You can go vehicle alerts or your trip information. And then you have your standard settings where you can set up your driver profile, set up your Wi-Fi hotspot, and all that other jazz that comes with this system. There's over-the-air updates as well for this. So it's a nice, easy system to use. Now we go to reverse. We have a nice large backup camera with the trajectory line. So we have the newer camera. Looking good, looking nice and clear, takes up the whole screen, and you can adjust how you want it to look, either zoom in or zoom out. So that's a nice touch, and adjust your trajectory lines if you want. We have 4-way hazards, we have 2 heat and air vents. Down below we have dual climate control, so I like that in a base trim LE. We have the push button start, and then down here we have 3 USB-Cs and a wireless charging pad tucked in there as well, which I think is really good on a base trim. And then underneath that, we have our electric emergency brake, auto vehicle hold, EV only mode, and our drive modes, which we'll go through when we check out our dash. Here is the gear shift with the leather gaiter to go through this electronically controlled CVT. Instead of gloss black plastic here, which they could have easily done, we have soft touch material with the stitching, and so I do like that. We have 2 cup holders right here, and then our Toyota key fob is lock, unlock, pop the tailgate, panic button, Toyota emblem, and on the back it says Venza. So that's not bad. I've seen key fobs from Toyota on more expensive models that don't look as good as this one. Now, we don't have heated ventilated seats because they would go right here on a Venza, so we don't have that, but it is an LE, so I'm going to let that slide. We do have a super soft armrest with the cross stitch. Open up, we have 2 more cup holders right in here if we want to take off those covers, and then we can open this up, and a nice area for storage with a 12-volt. Venza steering wheel, we have a nice leather wrap steering wheel, feels good, nice 10 and 2 notches, the Toyota badge on the horn button, some brushed aluminum to lift it up. Round bottom wheel, but I have no problem getting into this spacious driver cockpit in the Venza. On the left here, we have the controls for the digital portion of your dash, telephone voice commands, volume, and then on the right side here, you got your adaptive cruise control, modes for your infotainment system, seek for your music. On the left stalk, we're going to go headlight controls. On the right, front and rear wiper. Over here on the left, you can brighten dim the dash, adaptive high beams on off, traction control off, pop the tailgate. And then over here on the other side is your trip odometer snuck right in there underneath the windshield wiper stalk. So it's an interesting place for that. And then we have an electric tilting and telescoping wheel on this Venza LE. So again, that's another piece of value added on the space trim. And then we have our dash, which is going to be an analog digital combo with your digital gauges in the center, about a 7-inch digital display in the center. Now, our drive modes, we're going to go sport, normal, and eco. I think most people would probably drive this in normal or eco. I'm not so sure about sport. We'll keep it in normal for now. And then you can go through additional information if you want right here by just clicking on the OK button and then going through your different pages of information. And then if you want to know where your tire pressures are, it's on the tire icon. And then you can go across, and there they are right there. Oops, went right by them. There they are right there. So they got you covered there. A lot of nice information here on this dash. Overhead console, we have an SOS button in case there's an emergency on the road. If you want your dome lighting to come on and off when you open and close the door, the button that says door, you push it in and leave it in. So when you open the door, lighting comes on, close the door, your lighting will dim out. Nice and simple. No roof to show you. We'll move to our rear view mirror. We do have a framed rear view mirror with a dimming function right there. And then on our sun visor, we have a vanity and a light. And does it slide? No, but you do have an extension to block out that sun. Getting in the back seat of the Venza, I have the driver's seat set for my position. We'll hop on in. No problem getting in. Now, once I'm in, I got plenty of room for my head, shoulders, and knees at 5'11". We're going to go cloth all the way down. We have a seat pocket behind the driver and the front passenger. And in the back here, we have 2 heat and air vents. And then way underneath, lift that up, we have 2 USB-Cs for connectivity. So they have you covered there for that kind of action. And then the rear door panel, not quite the same as the front, but it's still soft up top. And we still have a soft armrest, even though we're missing some stitching and some trim. So a little bit of cost cutting, but not as drastic as we've seen in some other Toyota models. Back seats, though, we have the dark gray cloth. Looks good, fairly comfortable for cloth seats. Open up the center armrest, semi-soft, 2 cup holders. So I do like the armrest here in the base trim Venza. So overall, a really comfortable place and spacious back seat to be in this Venza LE. Getting in the tailgate of your Venza LE, you can pop it from the dash or from your key fob, or you can come to the back, and right underneath the Toyota badge, there's a button. You hit it, beeps a couple of times. Nice electric assist on the way up. Nice electric assist on the way down using this button. Again, more good value in a base trim with an electric tailgate. Now, in the back with the seats up, 28.8 cubic feet of cargo space. In the back of this Venza, as we move in closer, these are the all-season mats that are in the box. Then we have the all-season cargo mat underneath that. And then under here, we do have a nice spare tire. So thank you, Toyota, for that. We do have some lighting back here, so they got you covered there. But in order to get the rear seats down, if your arms are long enough, you can reach in and push them forward from the back. Or if they're not, you can go in and do it from either door. But when you get the rear seats down with this nice boxy shape, you're looking at 55.1 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this Venza. And that's a pretty good number for a vehicle like this in its class, especially a hybrid one. Venza window sticker one more time. Here we go. Venza LE, coastal gray. Crash ratings, fuel economy estimates, standard equipment. There's your options. Total vehicle MSRP from the factory. Take this baby out for a spin. All right, we're going down the road in this 24 Venza LE. One last drive in the Venza as a new car. And before we get started with anything else, we got great visibility out the windshield, side glass, side view mirrors, rear window, no problem. Blind spot monitoring, cross, traffic alert, lane keep assist, all that jazz in the Venza for safety. LED lighting up front, LED lighting in the back for safety as well. So Toyota has you covered regarding the safety tech in this Venza. Now, get around this truck that's going to pull out. Now, ride quality, I think the suspension's well damped. I think it feels very good underneath my feet here, no problem at all. The steering, again, it's going to be a little bit vague and a little light because it is a hybrid SUV. It's designed to get you and your passengers and your gear are from one point to the next, and it does that with good fuel economy. Now, depending on how you drive, the estimate is combined number of 39 miles to the gallon. You only have to spend money on regular unleaded, and gas is as expensive as it is. That's a good break. And if you don't hoon it around, you should get a good amount of range out of this vehicle as well, which is another positive. But what I do like in this base trim, there are some real value-added options in here that aren't even extra options you have to pay for, which I like even more. You get the latest infotainment system with wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, so that's cool, even though it's a smaller screen. You get dual climate, you get USB-C connectivity, and a wireless charging pad up front, so that's value, right? You get USB-C connectivity in the back, that's value. You get an automatic tailgate and power fold side mirrors in an LE, and that isn't even an option package, and that's bringing value as well. So even though 36 and change doesn't sound inexpensive, and it certainly isn't, when you look at the average price of a new car today in the United States at just under $48,000 now, it's dropped a couple $100. This is well under the average, and it actually provides some good value. I mean, I've seen Toyota base trims not really bring much value at all in the segment, i.e. Corolla Cross. But this one certainly is bringing some nice stuff in here. And everywhere that you touch is nice and soft. Now, it's either going to be soft touch or it's going to be soft text, but it's nice and soft, and it feels nice. The seats, even though they're cloth, are nice and soft, and it feels nice. It feels relaxing. It feels homey and familiar in this Venza. It stops very easily. But this engine is going to be noisy under load. So you're going to hear engine noise. You're going to get some wind noise and road noise. It's not going to be a quiet cabin, but it's not as loud, let's say, as a Corolla Cross cabin is. Handling is going to wallow into turns, but it steers very well. It's very competent. And as a point A to point B hybrid SUV, it's bringing some good value on this LE trim. It's a very compelling trim level to buy, because you can easily get a Venza if you move up in trims well over $40,000, and then you really start losing your value for money deal on this car or on this CUV crossover, because at the end of the day, in today's market, with interest rates being high, car prices being high, car buyers are looking for value for money. And certainly I think this Venza LE is bringing value for money. And with the Venza leaving the lineup, and all the Venzas now have been built, they're not building anymore, I don't believe, and they're all either been shipped and arrived at dealers, or they're still on their way to dealers. If you can get your hands on one of these Venza LEs at 36 and then maybe get a deal and get some more money off, I think you're getting a really compelling hybrid CUV, SUV for the money that you spend. And we have a pretty tight turning radius in this as well at 18.05 feet, so let's check it out. And it turns right around, nice and sharp. Now we'll take off. We do have a manual sport mode, but I'm not going to bother with that because it's really not sporty. This is not a sporty vehicle. But it gets right up to speed. The electric assist from the electric motors in here that creates that electronic all-wheel drive gets this vehicle up and moving very easily. It also assists your horsepower to get it up to 219, which gets this vehicle up to speed very nicely. And of course, your eCVT has an actual first gear that will engage and get the vehicle moving before it switches over to the belts for the remainder of the drive. So that's a good deal as well, that you have an actual first gear in this Toyota CVT. But Toyota has been making hybrids forever, and they've been making these ECVTs forever, and it's a very reliable drivetrain over time. So let me know what you think. If you're in the market for this type of SUV, is this Toyota Venza something that you would look at? Because frankly, if you haven't looked at a Venza LE, considering what I see in here and the value that I think it brings, you probably should put it on your list and take a look at one while you can before they're all gone. But you let me know what you would do with your hard-earned money. Put that in the comments. But I do want to thank Team Toyota of Princeton for allowing the channel access to this 2024 Toyota Venza LE in Coastal Gray Metallic for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.